Have you ever wondered why stress and failure seem to cling so tightly to us, like a shadow that never leaves? It's a question that many of us ask ourselves, especially in moments of hardship. Stress and failure, they're like two sides of the same coin. They're universal experiences that don't discriminate based on age, status, or background. You see, stress is that relentless pressure we feel when our responsibilities outweigh our capacities. It's that nagging worry that keeps us awake at night, questioning our abilities and our worth. Then there's failure. It's the bitter taste of defeat when things don't turn out the way we planned. It's that sinking feeling when we fall short of our goals and expectations, leading us to question our abilities, our worth, and often, our very identity. These experiences, as challenging as they are part of our shared human experience. Yet, they can take a toll on our mental and physical health. But what if there was a way to overcome these challenges and emerge stronger? To conquer an enemy, one must first understand them. So, what exactly are stress and failure? Let's dive right in. Stress, in the simplest terms, is a physical or emotional response to a challenge or threat. When we perceive something as difficult or dangerous, our bodies kick into what's known as the fight or flight mode. This response releases a rush of hormones, quickens our heart rate, and prepares us for immediate action. It's a survival mechanism honed over millions of years of evolution. But when this response is triggered too often, or for too long, it can cause a range of health problems, from headaches and insomnia to heart disease. Now, on to failure. It's a word that can strike fear into the bravest of hearts. But why is that? Failure, at its core, is simply the state of not meeting a desired or intended objective. It's an integral part of the process of learning, growing, and striving for success. The sting of failure is often amplified by societal pressures and personal expectations. But it's important to remember that everyone experiences failure at some point. It's a universal part of the human experience. Psychologically speaking, our reactions to stress and failure are deeply intertwined. The fear of failure can cause stress, and high levels of stress can lead to perceived failures. It's a vicious cycle that can feel impossible to break. But understanding this cycle is the first step towards breaking it. In the realm of science, research shows that our brains are remarkably adaptable. This trait, known as neuroplasticity, means that we can literally reshape our brains and our responses to stress and failure. With the right tools and mindset, we can turn these foes into friends. The key takeaway here is that stress and failure aren't inherently bad. They're natural responses to the world around us, and they're signals that we're pushing our limits and stepping out of our comfort zones. Though they may seem like formidable foes, stress and failure are not invincible. Understanding them is the first step on the path to overcoming them. And remember, it's never too late to start this journey. So, you're grappling with stress. Now what? Well, the first step to overcoming stress is to acknowledge it. Yes, you heard that right. Recognize that it's okay to feel stressed. It's a natural human response to challenging situations. Now that you've acknowledged it, let's delve into some practical steps you can take to manage and eventually overcome stress. First off, breathing exercises. These can be a real game changer. When you're feeling overwhelmed, take a moment to focus on your breath. Inhale deeply, hold it for a few seconds, then exhale slowly. Repeat this around 10 times. You might be surprised at how much this simple exercise can help to calm your mind and body. Physical activity is the next key player. It's often said that a healthy body houses a healthy mind, and this couldn't be truer. Regular exercise releases endorphins, the body's natural mood lifters. Whether it's a brisk walk, a yoga session, or a high-intensity workout, find what works for you and make it a part of your routine. Now, let's talk about diet. A balanced diet can significantly impact your stress levels. Include plenty of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains in your meals. Try to limit caffeine and sugar, which can cause energy crashes and mood swings. Adequate sleep is another crucial component. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. A well-rested mind is better equipped to handle stress. If you're having trouble sleeping, try establishing a bedtime routine or making your sleeping environment more comfortable. Lastly, don't hesitate to seek professional help if you feel overwhelmed. Therapists and counselors are trained to help you navigate through stress and provide you with effective coping strategies. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. Remember, overcoming stress is a journey, not an overnight process. It's all about taking small, consistent steps toward a healthier, happier you. You're not alone on this journey, and with these practical steps, you're well equipped to manage and overcome stress. Failure is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new journey. Remember, Some of the world's most successful individuals initially faced failure. People like Walt Disney, who was once fired for his lack of imagination, or Thomas Edison, who failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. They didn't view failure as a roadblock, but as a stepping stone to success. This is the essence of the growth mindset, a concept that encourages us to view failure not as a setback, but as an opportunity for learning and growth. It's about understanding that our abilities and intelligence can be developed. So when we fail, instead of wallowing in despair, we analyze, we learn, we adapt, and we grow. We turn our failures into stepping stones, paving our unique path to success. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So let's continue with courage and turn our failures into our greatest successes. Overcoming stress and failure is not about avoiding them, but learning how to navigate through them. As we've seen, the weight of stress and failure can often feel overwhelming, but understanding these feelings is the first step to overcoming them. We discussed how stress is not inherently bad, but rather a response to challenging situations. It's how we manage it that matters. Practical steps such as regular exercise, a balanced diet, good sleep habits, and mindfulness exercises can help us keep our stress levels in check. Similarly, failure is not the end, but rather an opportunity to learn and grow. By embracing failure, we can transform it into success, using it as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. So, whether you're dealing with stress or facing failure, remember, you have the tools to manage and overcome these challenges. Remember, you are stronger than your stress, and your failures do not define you. You have the power to overcome and succeed.